I had to learn how to properly say that band's name from FJ, a.k.a. Jeff, from down the hall. He does Saturday middays on Alt 101, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Shout out FJ. He's awesome. It's Peach's Pip Party, and it's Hump Day, April 15th, 2026. I hope you are well. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. This morning I was lazy during the beginning part of it. And then once Victor's show ended, that's when we started cleaning up the studio. So we started actually working. I started actually working around 10 a.m. We're still in the midst of cleaning up, sprucing up the entire place, trying to make it look a whole lot better than what it was. I mean, the counter space here now visible. Before there was a whole bunch of just, a whole bunch of Victor's Post-it notes, a whole bunch of empty water bottles just sitting right here on the counter for no reason at all. Just throw it away if you're done with it, that kind of thing, you know? I got my car washed during my lunch break, and of course, literally right after I get out of the car wash, it starts to sprinkle. But I was able to wash the mats. You ever get disturbed by your car being too dirty on the inside? I'm a stickler when it comes to that sort of thing. Like, there's a slight little bit of dirt, I will go to the car wash, immediately get rid of it. There's this spot on my dashboard that's been annoying me. I still need to take care of that. Shows you how mundane my life is. Oh, my car needs cleaned. Anyway, we'll play the KBEAR 101 Secret Sound powered by the Advocates a little bit later on this afternoon. I believe it's now sitting at $451, which is absurd, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money, all right? Could get you one festival pass, I think. One GA festival pass. It could get you 2 tickets to go see Papa Roach set it off in Autumn Kings. It could give you 3 or 4, actually. If you buy the lawn tickets. I don't know how much those tickets are going for, as a matter of fact. I should shut my mouth. Maybe all of a sudden those ticket prices just went way high, but I doubt it. Papa Roach set it off in Autumn Kings. Buy your tickets, or you can win them with us. Listen for back-to-back tracks from any one of those 3 bands in order to win tickets to go see those bands live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello on July 23rd. What else is there? Oh, yeah, that's right. My interview with Johnny Frank of Bill Murray is finally on our YouTube channel. I did that interview a week ago. His album came out on Friday, and it finally got approved. This was the first time I ever needed approval from a management team to post an interview. But I guess every other radio station that interviewed Johnny must have just gotten approved today, too. I saw Elwood, who's a part of the rock station over in Chicago. Shout out to him as well. He posted his a little bit earlier today. I got mine finally on our YouTube. KBEAR 101 RMG. Please take a look at it. Please watch it. It would mean a lot to me. And we'll talk about some more other stuff coming up here in just a few on KBEAR 101. It's Peach's Pit Party. Alrighty, this question popped up. I figured we would talk about it. What's the most cringe thing you've seen a couple do at their wedding? Made a big book of all the love letters for other people to read. Not only was the thought of reading all this private stuff just embarrassing, is what this person writes, but the dude was married to someone else at the time. Ooh. Have you ever read somebody's love letter to somebody else? Like, have you ever infiltrated, like, your younger brother's love letters to his girlfriend? Me and my friend, one of my friends did that to his younger brother. We were reading all the cringe love letters him and his girlfriend were writing to each other. We, like, went into his room and just read them all. We're like, oh, this is sappy and gross. The pastor gave a speech about how the groom now owns the bride and has to take care of stuff he owns, just like his car. Then, per, quote, family tradition, he put her in a wheelbarrow and wheeled her out of the ceremony. This sounds like something straight out of Alabama or something like that. Instead of a reception line, the couple announced before walking back down the aisle that they would like to thank everyone with their eyes. And then they stood in front of the audience and made deliberate silent eye contact with each person in attendance one by one. Again, we're going over the whole thing about what's the most cringe thing you've seen a couple do at their wedding. That sounds like the same level of white of basically putting raisins in the coleslaw. You know that family from the movie Get Out? It reminds me of that family, just reading that stupid answer. Imagine you go to a wedding, they're like, we like to thank somebody with their eyes. Let's stare into your soul. It's a part of aligning our chakras or some crap like that. Asked for cash only as gifts, and then at the family breakfast the next morning, counted all the cash in front of everyone. Oof. Yuck, this is just making me cringe. Stopped the ceremony multiple times to get the perfect shot for social media. I mean, I feel like that's every wedding in LA now. Especially if two content creators try marrying each other, you best believe that wedding's being live streamed to everywhere. Here's I Prevail, Violent Nature on KBEAR 101. Just one Papa Roach song right there. Not two. Not doing back-to-back right now. That's their latest single, Wake Up Calling, which I'm sure they'll perform in Pocatello July 23rd. The Rise of the Roach. Not even really a tour. It's just the Rise of the Roach show, kind of. Because the only other stop they're doing is in Iowa. They're having the Story of the Year in Silverstein opening up for them, and then the other stop in Pocatello, and that's it. So it's gonna be a fun show. Papa Roach, Set It Off, Autumn Kings, July 23rd. Listen for back-to-back tracks from any one of those three bands live on the air here, and then also this Friday. This is what I wanted to talk about on this break. This Friday, Victor is going to be at the new Pony Express Car Wash on Northgate Mile. Brand new location. They're doing this awesome special where I think you can get 3 months of their membership or any one of their memberships for just $10 a month. And you get to see how great Pony Express Car Wash is. Get your car washed, even though the weather is unpredictable around here. At least you can just keep on going right back. Like, I didn't feel too bad when I got my car washed on my lunch break and then it started to sprinkle afterward. I was a little frustrated because that means pretty soon I'll have to do another trip to the car wash, but I have their membership, and you should too. Victor is going to be at that car wash this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Go see him there and sign up to win tickets, because he'll save a pair of tickets just for people who show up to that car wash. Pony Express, Northgate Mile, this Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop on by, sign up with Victor. He'll have other goodies on hand as well. It's going to be a fun time with him there. I love when there's just, what's the phrase I'm looking for? When there's just crappy suggestions people give you. Like, I remember back in whatever year it was, just a couple years ago, there was a whole article about how the prices of groceries were going sky high. And their solution was, well, just skip breakfast, eat lunch and dinner. Like, no, the bigger problem is, hey, you should lower the price of groceries so people can afford to have the 3 square meals a day. That kind of thing, right? And I see this dumb article here. Can't afford a house? Buy one with friends. Buying a home with friends is becoming a real option for Gen Zers, as housing costs keep pushing traditional homeownership out of reach. The last thing I want to do is to come home, me and my girlfriend, we start living together in the future. We're now like married, that kind of thing, in the future. And all of a sudden, like 2 other couples are living in that house. Oh, that gives me, that makes me mad just thinking about it, because I want to have my own space. I'm selfish that way. I don't like to share. I don't even like to share food. My girlfriend Aubrey, her and her family share food all the time. Me, I'm like, no, I get my own plate. That's it. If there's any food left over, I'll save it for leftovers the next day. This article goes further to say, instead of waiting till they get married or trying to buy solo, many young adults are pulling money with close friends to afford a place sooner, split costs, and start building equity. I mean, the building equity part, that makes sense. But at the same time, that's going to cause a whole bunch of other problems with your friends, because one friend is bound to try to screw the other 2, that kind of thing. And then you end up hating that friend. Just a big mess. Co-buying, like it says right here, co-buying comes with risks. Legal, financial, emotional, especially if life plans change or relationships strain. Experts say it's essential that legal contracts are airtight and expectations and exit plans are clearly spelled out beforehand. Well, I mean, you kind of put your life in a gamble too when you get married to someone, because you're committing to them for the rest of your life, that kind of thing too. But still, this whole dumb suggestion of like, you can't afford a house? They're basically calling you poor. Hey, poor guy, you can't afford a house? Buy one with friends. What a dumb suggestion there. Let's play some Black Label Society and move on from this. Here's Name and Blood on KBEAR 101. It's Peach's Pit Party. Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves got a few days of rest before they have to play the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Conley has 19 years in the league, and he wrapped up his regular season extending a very quirky record. In 1,226 games, he's never gotten a technical foul. Conley says he always has opposing players ask him how he's maintained the streak, and he tells him that his superpower, quote-unquote, is that if I do something bad or something bad happens to me, I go back to thinking about the next play or the next shot. I keep moving forward. I think that just gives you a level of aura. Wow, what a dumb thing to report about in the Shot Clock Sports Update. There's your quirky record news. Another day, another complaint about ticket prices. Last month, we had gripes about World Cup tickets. More recently, the prices of tickets for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles made waves. And now, the WWE is dealing with backlash over WrestleMania 42 tickets. The event will be held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas this weekend, and fans are dealing with sticker shock. Two-day combo passes started at a staggering $850 for the nosebleed seats, while ringside chairs were reportedly listed for as much as $14,000. While prices have dropped to about $200 a day, industry insiders say there's a chance the average family fan will feel priced out, and that the WWE won't end up selling out the stadium, which can hold up to 70,000 people for big events. Back in the day when my dad bought him and I tickets for WrestleMania 21, I forgot exactly how much he paid, but that was back in 2005. 21 years later, you can tell the prices are insane now. I see posts about it all the time on Facebook, tons. I see those YouTube videos popping up as well. Like, I paid $30,000 to sit ringside at WrestleMania, and it's just so dumb. $30,000. That's a car, dude. Kirk Ferentz has been the head coach of the University of Iowa football team since the year 2000. While Iowa isn't considered a football powerhouse, they've been solid. Haven't had a losing season since 2001. The team is now in some hot water because of tampering violations in the transfer portal a few years ago. The NCAA has ruled that because of making impermissible contracts with a student athlete who had not yet entered the transfer portal in November of 2022, Iowa football has to vacate 4 wins from the 2023 season. They went 10-4 that season, but now officially the record will be bumped down to 6-4. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on KBEAR 101. Peach's Pit Party on KBEAR 101. I just saw on my Facebook, it popped up that on this day, 114 years ago, the Titanic sank. April 15th, 1914. There you go. Was it 114? No, 1912, I'm sorry. Jeez. 1914 would have made it 2028. Forget it. 1912. All right. The Titanic sank a whole long time ago on this day, all right? I was also reading here about how on this day back in 2016, April 16th. April 16th, 2016 was not good for AC/DC because the band announced that the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose, would replace Brian Johnson for the rest of their Rock or Bust tour. They called themselves Axl DC. No, I think that was what the fans were calling them, but oh man, that would have sucked to have tickets for that tour. You're all excited to see AC/DC, then Axl Rose takes over. I'm sorry, I'm going to offend a lot of people here. I feel like if you replace a bassist or like the drummer in a band, it's not necessarily all that significant unless the drummer really sticks out, like Neil Peart, or maybe like if you go to see Primus and Les Claypool is replaced by somebody else, which I don't think is possible. Red Hot Chili Peppers the same way with Flea. Like Brian Johnson being taken out of AC/DC and being replaced by Axl Rose. I feel like you're just seeing Axl and the rest of AC/DC do like a celebration of AC/DC at a slower pace because they were older at the time back then too, 10 years ago. It would not have been good to go see Axl Rose instead of Brian Johnson because Axl Rose is so undependable. He's such a D-bag. Like, based off of all that stuff he did in years past, he's one of like the worst people to try and go see in concert. Kind of like Morrissey. You know how we talked about how there was that whole actual proven graph that was like, hey, out of all these shows, Morrissey canceled like over 200 of them or something like that. Wasn't Axl Rose up there too? I should pull up that graphic at some point and take a look at it again. But anyway, here's Vanna with Pray on KBEAR 101. Is Coachella also going on this weekend? I think it is. Are there repeat performers? I was looking into this whole thing about how reports are swirling that some pizza being sold at Coachella that was being sold for $25 a slice is making people sick. I can just... Oh, wait, let me look at the pizza here. Okay, so it doesn't look all that bad. Have you ever actually seen some pizzas that have come out of Los Angeles? They look horrible. My friend Jose sent me a picture of one once where there was like broccoli and chestnuts and all that stuff on it. I was like, what in the world is that? Why would you ruin a pizza with broccoli, chestnuts, and all this? Like, oh, I think there was like vegan feta cheese on that thing too. I love how this article says, Justin Bieber's lazy performance is apparently not the only thing making Coachella attendees' stomachs turn. A lot of people falling ill because of the spicy pie, causing gastrointestinal issues. $25 a slice, that would make me incredibly sick. $25 a slice. Yet another reason why Coachella is just overrated, overpriced, and the dumbest thing on planet Earth. So I was reading a story out of Boston that honestly made me feel a little grateful to live in East Idaho, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. This news report says this, new report. Wow, I can read. A new report says this year's college graduates, really, did I just say college graduates? College graduates are walking into one of the toughest job markets in recent history. We're talking about kids who applied to 50 jobs, got one interview, and that was because his, like dad knew somebody or something like that. The other 49 ghosted by a computer. AI is now screening resumes before a single human even lays eyes on them. Career experts are literally telling students, stop chasing the big Fortune 500 companies, start thinking local and regional. And you know what? It's actually great advice, and it happens to be exactly what we've been saying right here, because while grads on the East Coast are out there competing with thousands of applicants for jobs they'll never hear back from, here in East Idaho, there are real jobs at real local companies that actually want to hire real people. HireEastIdaho.com just got a brand new redesign. It looks great. Go check it out. Local jobs, local companies, always free for job seekers. And this week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week is a certified medical assistant position with Pearl Health Clinic in Ammon. Pay runs from about $17 to $20 an hour, depending on experience. You'll be working alongside physicians doing meaningful clinical and administrative work. Again, I can't talk today. Patient records, exam prep, injections, specimens, even some front desk. Pearl Health Clinic is a great team built around the values of service, hope, solutions, and inspire. They want someone dependable, a self-starter team player. You'll need your CMA or RMA certification or equivalent experience plus BLS. If that sounds like you, head over to HireEastIdaho.com to apply, or you can find another job that fits your wants, your needs, your background, etc. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. New jobs are added all the time. So SantaCon, right? The big annual bar crawl in New York, where thousands of people dress up as Santa Claus. They pay a ticket fee and stumble around the city in the name of a charity. Well, it turns out the guy running the whole thing has been arrested. The Justice Department is alleging that the organizer of SantaCon, a guy named Stefan Pildis, has been stealing from it for 7 years. Authorities say SantaCon brought in about $3 million over that stretch, and only a small fraction of it actually went to charity. The rest, they say he used it to fund a $365,000 renovation on a lakefront property in New Jersey, a $3,000 dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant, a luxury car, various vacations. People were paying $10 a ticket thinking they were helping local charities. The website literally told attendees their donation goes to charity and that the good feeling would warm their heart faster than whiskey and gingerbread. The FBI's response was absolutely perfect. They said, and I quote, he allegedly stole Christmas from tens of thousands of victims. He stole Christmas. They actually said that in an official federal statement. If convicted, he could face up to 20 years in prison, which honestly, it does feel appropriate for a man who turned a Santa party into a personal slush fund. The Grinch, the actual Grinch in a Santa hat. How sad. Bill Murray, hard to tell on KBEAR 101. It's Peach's Pit Party. I finally got an interview with him. Johnny Frank, the lead vocalist, the singer of Bill Murray. And it did not disappoint. We talked about everything, how Better Hell was the song that completely changed the game for them, going from 200-person shows to selling out 1,500 cap rooms almost overnight. We talked about how that new track, Always Let You Down, off the album Kinda Hard that came out this past Friday, literally did not exist until Jeremy from A Day to Remember randomly showed up at the same gym in Nashville, and they just wrote it on the spot. That day, no plan, no concept, just happened. We got into the whole solo audition thing for Where to Find Me. They genuinely did not have a solo for that song, and they were sweating a vinyl deadline. There's that whole thing we talk about on the interview itself. You can watch it on our YouTube channel at KBEAR 101 RMG, my sit down with Johnny Frank of Bill Murray. Right now here on KBEAR 101, let's play some of the Warning Kerosene. I was going to talk about this lady over in Florida for today's What the Headline, but she was just speeding. It's not comparable at all to this hilarious What the Headline contender here, or today's most ridiculous news story. There's a mustard company in New Hampshire, the Old Dutch Mustard Company. And the owner, his name is Charles Santich, has been dumping dirty mustard water into a river for years. Just mustard water in the river, going into the ecosystem, fish swimming around in it. And it gets worse. He had his employees doing it through a secret underground pipe so nobody would find out. And if they said no, he would threaten to fire them. So these poor people are showing up to work like, I just wanted to make mustard. And the pollution got so bad, it caused a mercury fish advisory downstream. Mercury from a mustard operation in New Hampshire. He's going to prison for 18 months. Feels like not enough time to think about what he's done to the mustard reputation. I have to say it, I'm sorry. He really should have known the cops would eventually catch up to him. All right, okay, I'm done. That's today's What the Headline right here on KBEAR 101. This AI bot decided it wanted to throw a party in Manchester. Like on its own. Just decided, I'm going to organize a tech meetup. And it had 3 real human beings who were just taking orders from it. A student, a blockchain guy, and some crypto analyst just doing whatever the robot said. And it immediately started lying to everybody. It emailed a journalist saying it was a big fan of her work. Completely fabricated. Then it went and emailed like 24 potential sponsors telling them the Guardian newspaper had agreed to cover the event. Also a lie. One of those sponsors it cold emailed was GCHQ. That's basically British intelligence. Just casually hitting up the UK equivalent of the CIA asking for sponsorship money for its little party. That email bounced, by the way. Then the journalist suggested there should be food, and the AI went off and tried to order over $1,700 worth of catering from a local caterer, charcuterie board, sandwiches, the whole thing before anyone could stop it. Except it has no credit card, so the humans had to shut it down. It also got completely fixated on ordering pizza from a local place, sent its employees hundreds of messages about it. They ignored it because the AI cannot use a phone. 50 people still showed up, though. So, I mean, the party happened. The AI pulled it off. Kind of. We are so cooked. It's Peach's Pit Party now with Sleep Token Emergence. It's KBEAR 101. So if I ever get rich, which is not going to happen, I don't believe, especially with how radio pays nowadays. If I ever got rich, I would want to be that guy who just buys art pieces. There's a charity raffle in Paris called Picasso. Is it one Picasso for 100 euros? Is that what the charity raffle is called? Basically, you buy a ticket for about $117, and you could win an actual Pablo Picasso painting worth $1 million. And this past week, a guy by the name of Ari Hordara, is that a guy or is that a girl? I can't. A 58-year-old sales engineer won it, $1 million Picasso, $117. He found out about the raffle by chance during a restaurant meal over the weekend, bought a ticket, then got the call from Christie's auction house that he won. His first reaction was, how do I check that this isn't a hoax? Which is the most normal human response ever, right? Then he said his wife wasn't home from work yet, so he had to just sit there and know he had $1 million Picasso and couldn't tell anybody. And the painting itself is a portrait of Picasso's muse, Dora Maar, painted in 1941. It's a real Picasso. The whole thing raised $14 million for Alzheimer's research, which is incredible, but I just need to know, what is Ari doing with that painting? He said he's going to keep it as a sales engineer, just hanging in the living room. Can you imagine that? It's a talking point when you have a bunch of friends over. Hey, by the way, this is a real Picasso. Don't ask me how I got it. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.